Hello and welcome back to the Old Realms, and we're going to do one more, okay? This is the final episode for the Warrior Priest, and we are going to attack the Chaos Portal, and that is not going to be the only thing we're going to do in this. What we're going to do is we're also going to make our way over to the vampires, and we will be attempting to besiege one of their towns, one of their castles, or just, generally attack some of their vassals, and we'll see how that goes. I'm actually very intrigued, because obviously the vampires do possess some extremely powerful magic, and maybe it's going to be a bit too difficult. I'm actually not entirely sure, but anyway, we're going to try the chaos for now. And we'll see how that goes first. Now, bear in mind that obviously we have done this in the past, but I'm kind of wondering whether they've changed some of the aspects to it. I'm kind of hoping that they maybe haven't, because if that is the case, if they have changed it rather significantly, then things are going to be very uncomfortable, because we're probably going to lose. I don't actually know. I mean, how many people do they actually have here? Okay, they got 346. All right, according to that, they have 346. So that's not actually too bad. So we might be okay, especially considering, I mean, that's the funny thing. My character right here, right? He's obviously infantry only. So it may very well be that this is going to be bad, actually having a character that is only infantry focused. Especially when we are going to be fighting against relatively hardy, very large, bulky warriors. Maybe not the best idea, but we'll see. We'll see. I do have super speed, so I might as well use that. There they are. There they are. Okay, there's a... What? There are so many. Oh, dear. Yeah, there's a huge amount of them. Okay, so this is actually perfect. I was kind of worried that they would attack us while we were in that bottleneck, and if they did, then all of my cavalry would have been pretty much useless, but they've actually allowed us to get into a position where things like the cavalry are actually going to be reacting relatively nice here. Kind of weird. Hello there, sir. Can I actually just murder? Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I was going to say, can I murder you? And no, he was like, no, he's out of there. He's out of there. Okay, can I maybe do some damage here? Okay, I've actually already killed his horse. Are you serious? His horse died that quickly? Okay, that's really funny. Alright, so if I use my aura now, let's see how easy this is actually going to be. Because I can damage them from far away, right? I should be able to, right? Yeah, a little bit. I am dealing damage to them. Okay, so now they're attacking. Okay, let me just get my archers over there. Make sure that they are in a loose formation. Probably should have done that beforehand, all things considered. But, it's me. So we're fine. We're fine. And we are just going to use our little vanquish spell here. Kind of want to give it to myself too. There we go. And I just want to kill this guy. He's an undivided Chaos Warrior. We do not want him running around randomly, because he's probably going to be extremely difficult for us. But as you can quite clearly tell, my aura is absolutely murdering everything. Obviously 7 damage is all it can do. It's not going to do much. But maybe we don't need it to do a huge amount, right? I don't think we need it to do a huge amount. So now let's get our healing hand. I'm just going to pop that down on the floor right now. Let's try to use our comet here. I don't think that's going to make any difference. Not bad, not bad. Okay, it actually did pretty good damage. Surprisingly. And look at how many kills I'm actually getting right now. The amount of kills I'm actually getting right now, just purely from our aura, is staggering. And I am literally just waiting in here. They literally cannot do anything to us. That is actually quite surprising. I would have expected them to actually do some pretty massive damage, considering they are, as I said to you before we even engage them, they're bulky, tough warriors, and I was wholeheartedly expecting me to die instantaneously from some kind of thrown weapon, or maybe a big two-handed, or something along those lines, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now, which is very strange. I'm actually very, very perplexed as to what's going on here, but yeah, as you can see, yeah, I am actually being singled out now, so maybe that's going to be my demise, but Yeah, most of these fellows are actually Norscan Reavers and Whalers and things like that, and I think that might be the primary reason why they're not actually too difficult for us to deal with. And bear in mind, I do have some good... I mean, my troops are great, you know. My troops are actually really good because we have been leveling them up for the entire time, you know. I have played for quite some time off screen too, and also, you know, a variety of other things, so it's obviously very much... This is a difficult encounter, don't get me wrong. This is very much a difficult encounter. It's just that we ourselves, as it stands right now, as our warrior priest is at the moment, he's just an unstoppable force. And we have not yet encountered an immovable object. And I think that's the one thing that we have to consider here. There you go. That's it. Only 62? Really? Only 62 renown? We get a lot more for doing sieges. That's very strange. Oh! Ah! Hello! Okay, so we now get the opportunity to choose between 5 different rewards. Now, I don't know about you, but from my personal perspective, I would like to be able to see the stats of these things. It doesn't seem to show me the stats or anything like that, so I am just going to be taking something that I personally might be able to use, because I am obviously not a spellcaster or anything like that, and the only person that can actually use the staff is indeed going to be Ermenric, and yeah, I don't really care about his gear that much, so we are just going to do that. And then I will just take the remaining troops just to sell. And yeah, okay, so now this is also something that you have to very, very much bear in mind here. So if you are someone that actually has a relatively decent army and you need a little bit of cash, or you're playing as a mercenary and you're trying to save up for some reason or another, it's highly recommended to come over to the Chaos Portal and just fight Chaos armies. Don't actually go into the Chaos Portal, just fight the Chaos armies, because you could see here, look at how dramatic the amount of loot is, and they're extremely expensive to sell. Extremely good. Very, very good to sell, as you can see here. Look at this. This one thing is going to be costing 70,000, and then all of this stuff is 40,000. So, you know, any single time you need cash, boom, just come here, you know, and then you're going to be absolutely fine. You're going to have a great time there. But obviously, this is indeed me going into the portal, so you're probably going to have a little bit of a different loot table. But as you can see, look, there are some defenders here that have just come out, and these guys are easy. Look at that. These guys are actually extremely easy. I can literally just... I mean, look at that. I can just auto-resolve against these Chaos Raiders here, and they have nothing on us. They literally cannot do anything to us, and they've actually just given me some better boots. That's quite funny. But, yeah, it's actually staggering how much money you can actually make here. And, yeah, that's basically the whole thing. But yeah, 518 prestige right there, 621. Unfortunately, it doesn't tell us, you know, what the upgrade cost is. It would be super, super nice if it did before we actually click on the confirm button there. But yeah, anyway, I need to move over to the nearby town, and then I think I'll just sell my... Should I sell my prisoners, or should I donate them? Can I actually donate them? It doesn't seem like I can donate them. I am going to assume that I need to actually go to my own faction to be able to do that, because as you can see, it doesn't look as though there is a donation option. So I will just sell the prisoners to any random person that wants them, I suppose. I guess that makes the most sense, because otherwise I'm going to be running around randomly for a whole bunch of time, and I don't really want to do that. So let's just sell everything we can. Oh, wow, yeah, look at that. That was easy. Yeah, we just have so much loot. We just have way too much loot. Okay, so we are now going to make our way over, probably either to Castle Drakenhof itself, which obviously is the main base of the vampires. We could potentially do that. Oh yeah, by the way, for some reason, they decided to give me a fief. I'm not a terribly big fan of that, but all the vassals in my faction decided to give me a fief. If I'd known that they were actually doing that, I would have voted against it, but yeah, well, whatever the case. I didn't realize that they were doing that, so now I have a fief, and, well, someone's, as you can quite clearly tell, besieging it at the moment, and it's way too far away from me right now for me to actually do anything with it, so I am just going to leave it alone. And if it gets taken, it gets taken, and I can only hope it's not going to. So yeah, anyway, give me you're my prisoners now. There we go. We're just going to declare war on them, and yep, they are not going to be too pleased about this. Yes, so over 1,000 troops. Most of them are indeed skeletons, which I think is probably going to be relatively simple for us. As you can see, we have 249 total troops. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's see what we can do. So, I am just going to build it, I think. I am just going to build it straight up, and that is all I am going to do. We've already succeeded at doing the Chaos Portal. That was actually remarkably easy, much easier than I thought. And this is looking to be maybe about the same. It very much depends. Oh, hello.
Halt there.
Well, that's a very large army, sir. That's a very, very large army. Alright, so he's got over 2,000 troops, but most of these are going to be skeletons. You must always bear that in mind. Whenever facing vampires, they are always going to have a numbers advantage, but their main quality of troop is extremely minimal. So the only thing that they can really do is they can use spells against you, and the spells that they use are extremely devastating. And the reason, the reason why I say that right now, the reason why I bring that to your attention, is because I need to actually be as aggressive as possible. I need to attack as soon as we get onto the battlefield, because if we stay still, the enemy is going to absolutely kill us. Oh, I really wish it wasn't nighttime. I really wish they hadn't attacked me at night. I think they're... do they not get a bonus for attacking us at nighttime? I'm actually wondering whether that is indeed the case. I think they do. I think they do get a bonus for attacking us at night, which is really, really bad. But we're going to be telling every single person to charge, including the archers, mostly because I just do not want them to stand still. If they stand still, they're going to die. So it's very, very important. As you can see, they're actually killing their own troops. Mostly, some of them... Oh, no. Oh, I can't see anything. As you can tell. Oh, I really wish I could see stuff. It would be so nice. But yeah, as you can see, they're actually killing their own people, which is good for me. And I am surrounded by enemies, by the way. I can't actually see myself. Oh, dear. Yeah, well, This is a bit problematic, isn't it? Yes, but as you can see, I am actually killing huge amounts of enemies, so I suppose that's good, right? I suppose that's good, but this is an extreme challenge here. And I can only hope we are going to still have enemies to fight in just a moment, because if we still have enemies to fight, I'm going to still be able to charge up my aura, and then I will be able to use it again. Unfortunately for me, I am out of aura. There we go. Okay, now it's casted. Now it's casted. Okay, fantastic. Let's use Vanquish right here. Let's use Healing Hand right here. And as you can see, oh yeah, the light is now slightly more, so you can actually see some stuff. Unfortunate for me that there is very little light to speak of. Gonna knock some of these Hell Knights off their mounts. That's gonna be very important. And, well, I think I'm gonna die. I am almost 100% certain I will die at some point. I don't think there is anything I can do about that. But I will try. I will try to stay alive as much as I can. I just need to move into a place where there are the majority of enemy units. Ah, there we go. We can actually see a little bit more now. I need to move into like a greener space so that we can actually see a bit more. I actually have quite a few... Yeah, you know what? Boom. Ah, that didn't do anything. Ah, unfortunate, unfortunate. I was really hoping that that comet would actually hit someone relatively worthwhile, but that doesn't seem to be happening. Oh well, never mind. It's okay. It's okay. We're still fine as long as I don't take any damage from these wraiths. I'm actually the most worried about the wraiths, to be honest, because they do have those scythes that are actually capable of doing some pretty mean damage to us, and we really do not want that. So yeah, so far things are going quite well though. Yeah, these guys are the main problem. The fellows on their mounts. Yeah, kill that guy. Kill that guy. He's a vampire lord right there. That's a vampire lord right there. If I can kill him, yes, there we are. Nice. That was a noble, and we want those nobles to die as soon as possible. Let's actually use this once again. Boom. There we go. We actually knocked him off his mount, which is great. That is exactly what we want every single day of the week. Because as long as he's off his mount, he's just going to get swarmed, or at least hopefully get swarmed, and then he's going to die. I don't know where all my people are, but they seem to be up the hill here somehow. I'm not sure why they are up there, but... well, who am I to say, right? Who am I to say? Anyway, my aura is out, so I'm going to have to recast it. There we are. How many have we killed? We've killed 730. The enemy has killed 627, but they've taken so many more casualties because they've actually killed their own people more than we have killed of them, which is quite funny. So I'm not sure actually what to do right here, and I gotta say I do apologize for the battlefield. I didn't really want to fight at night, but it wasn't really my choice, as you could quite clearly tell. I was very much trying not to get this, but they wanted to attack at night, and well, as you can see, this is the result. We have barely any opportunity to see anything, but you know, that's just how it is, which is very sad. Okay, there we go. Aura recasted. Very nice. All you can really see is my swinging hammer at the moment. The thing that's imbued with the little fiery thing. Yes. That is rather amusing in itself. But yeah, I actually, you know what? I think I have a pretty good... I'm actually pretty positive about this. Even though we are completely surrounded by enemies 100% of the time, I actually think we're going to be fine here, because the enemy doesn't seem to really be focusing on me that much, and I'm going to just do this real quick. Wait, there we go. Did I actually hit anyone? It didn't seem like I hit anyone, but maybe I did and it just didn't kill them. And in which case that's good, because if I hit them, then they're going to be knocked off their mounts, and that's great. I need to kill that guy. Yep, there we go. Blood Dragon Templar actually died. I'm doing this completely blind as well. It's very, very hard to do that. I mean, I'm barely able to see. All I can really see are the wraiths, because they're obviously a very bright color. But everything else is pretty dark. I might try to increase the brightness in the editing phase, but that would just mean that you can then see a little bit better. I'm not going to be able to still see as it is right now, so obviously that's a problem, but it's fine. You know, I don't really mind too much, I guess. Okay, and so far so good. So far, everything seems to be working somewhat decent-ish. Maybe, right? I just need to keep on swinging until we get to a point where I need to, there we go, recast my aura. Thank you. I'm just basically trying to move in such a way that kind of makes it so that enemies have to follow me rather than having them be swarming me in a huge fashion, because we don't really want them to be surrounding us on all sides, because if they do, they're going to prevent us from moving, and that's going to be rather uncomfortable. So ideally, we just want them to kind of, you know, do what they're doing, which is just kind of standing here, running after us, and getting swung at with an amazingly damaging hammer, and yeah, pretty much just having that happen. And that seems to be working really, really nicely. I mean, they still haven't lost as many people as we would want them to lose, and the enemy still has 25. I mean, we still have 25, sorry. We only have 25 people. So I'm actually not entirely sure. How am I going to achieve victory against these guys? This is very problematic. Yeah, this is going to be very hard. Ah, and there's the victory for them right there. Alright. So we didn't manage to do it, but they had... well, they had actually not that many people left over. They didn't have that many people left over, and we probably would have been able to do it if we just had a little bit, just a couple more people. So if I'd called for an army or something like that, maybe we would have been able to make it. But there you go. We did get captured in the end. Funnily enough, I firmly believe I would have been able to capture the castle for sure. And maybe if I had had a little bit of extra, shall we say, let's see, a little bit of extra, I don't know. I'm actually not entirely sure what to really make of it, to be honest, because on the one hand, I actually feel like we absolutely slaughtered huge amounts of enemies. Like, we really did. We slaughtered so many. But unfortunately, we just didn't have enough, you know? We just didn't have enough in the end. And that's all there is to it. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode, and indeed the Warrior Priest series. And stay tuned, because there will be something else coming up. And I'm not sure what it's going to be. I think Vampire sounds pretty fun. 261,000, sure, I don't really mind. But yeah, anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.